Undoubtedly, one of the most popular mass-market oracle decks of the last year has been the Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle by Lorraine Anderson and Julia Diaz, with wonderful illustrations by Giada Rose. This rock pool published deck is meant to connect you with the spirit realm to bring about healing, understanding, protection, and guidance. The original poetry contained in this deck is meant to work as invocations for magic and ritual. The beautiful artwork by Giada Rose is meant to transport you to new worlds, unlock the secret insights with spells and recipes to make the most of Samhain energy. It's so easy to lose yourself in these beautiful illustrations. Is it any wonder that this has been a most beloved oracle deck by so many? Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. If you are brand new here, welcome. I'm Bonnie, Old Soul Mermaid, and I'm so happy to bring about an unboxing. Now we're going to be looking at the Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle, the next deck in the series. But for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle, here is a quick peek. Beautiful production values, a two-piece thumb cutout box, and some very, very beautiful red foil lettering on the box. It comes with quite a chunky little guidebook, which is chock full of information and wonderful guidance. And look at the beautiful backs. The beautiful design inside the box and beautiful red edging. There's a lot to fall in love with here. This deck, although it is designed for Samhain, can be used at any point in the year. So now we have the new deck, the Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle, again by Lorraine Anderson and Julia Diaz, again illustrated by Giada Rose. As far as I can tell right here, it's the same production value, the same exact box. Beautiful design on the front. It gives you all the feels, doesn't it? And here we have beautiful emerald green foil writing. My guess is that the edges are going to be green as well. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Beautiful job, rock pool. So you can see that both decks have a very similar aesthetic. Well, that makes sense with the creators being the same. But yes, the design is pretty much identical with the packaging and the presentation. And yes, we have the beautiful emerald green gilding. And you can see the back of the cards are very similar in aesthetic. And here again, let's see the edging for both decks. And here are the guidebooks. Now, the guidebook for the Samhain Oracle deck seems to be a bit chunkier, and we'll take a look at that more closely a little bit later on in the video. But the artwork is lovely and fitting for each deck. So we're going to do two musical flip throughs. The first one will be just of the Yule Oracle, and then we will do a side-by-side musical flip through of both the Samhain and the Yule Oracle together. Just so if you're trying to make a decision or if you haven't seen the decks, here's your chance, and I'll meet you on the other side. enjoyed both musical flip-throughs, the first one being of just the Yule Oracle, and then the side-by-side with the Yule Oracle and the Samhain Oracle. Now, as you can see, both decks have very similar, aesthetics, because both are by the same exact creators who wrote the book, who created the deck, and the illustrator. But I will say there is a difference in energies, because they were intended for different purposes and for different times of the year. And I saw a lot of light and shadow in the artwork between the two decks. Of course, the Samhain Oracle, for its purposes, being a little bit darker in the artwork, and then a little bit more light in the Yule Oracle, kind of signifying the newness, the coming of the new year. And I think that they're both wonderful for that reason. So if you're kind of debating which one to get, they're both different, even though the aesthetic is basically the same. You're going to get the same artwork, the same similar color palette, but the energies are different. And for that reason, it's not, for me, it isn't an either or. This one primarily being Samhain based and this one being more Yule based. But if you have this deck and you've had it for a while, the Samhain Oracle, you know that you don't have to use these decks just at those times of the year. Now, let's take a look at the guidebooks. In both books, you get about the authors, about the illustrator. Here you get acknowledgments in the Samhain Oracle. Okay, so that's something extra. You get an introduction in both books. You get about the cards here in the Samhain, and you get how to use the cards here. So it's probably about the same thing. So you get spreads in both books. And it seems like you may get a few more spreads in the Samhain Oracle. But then it goes into the cards. I'm just trying to figure out why this book seems to be thicker in the Samhain Oracle. So the structure is the same when you go into the cards. All right, let's take a quick look at the spreads. You get a wonderful 3-card spread, an interview deck spread, a Christmas cross tarot spread, the evergreen wreath, and this spread is one that can be used for growth, that will give you an idea where you are and where you want to go. That's good. The star tarot spread. This spread is all about finding hope and positivity. This is a great spread to do when you're having a bad day or just need to feel uplifted. Additionally, this spread is an excellent choice after engaging in shadow work or healing after trauma. The winter care spread, when you need to rest, recharge, and find some awareness about how to treat yourself with a little more kindness. And a new year ahead spread. So some good spreads here. Okay, so let's see how much content you get for each of the cards. So you get keywords, and the poem that's on the card is also in the book, and you get a good amount of information. So there's like a page and a half. Okay, so let's see how if it differs any from the Samhain. So yes, you get the keywords. You don't get a reprinting of the poem, but look at this. You get reversed meanings for the Samhain deck. And it doesn't appear that you do for the Yule deck. There's no reversed meanings. All right, so we are at the end of my side-by-side comparison of the Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle and the brand new Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle. Do you need to get both decks? That depends on your practice. To me, it's not really a choice of either or. They both serve a different purpose, and depending on your practice and what your purposes are, you may want to get both decks, or you may be fine with just one of these decks. But they do focus on a different aspect, or the wheel of the year, or a season, if you will. The artwork is equally stunning and beautiful in both decks. The aesthetics are similar. The production is the exact same. Outstanding job with both decks. So it all depends on your practice and what you have a need for. You may find that you could use both decks, and you may find that you are fine with just one. All right, that's all I have for you today. Let me know in the comments below if you found this side-by-side comparison useful, and also which deck are you gravitating towards if you don't have either, or if you have the Samhain Oracle, do you feel the need to get the Yule Oracle? And again, if you found this information useful, please consider hitting a like or subscribe. Well, I will leave you to get on with your beautiful day. Thank you for spending time with me. Bye for now.